Whether you want to build your overall strength or try to beat your previous bench press PR, how many reps and sets you're doing matters a lot. If you're doing too much too close to your max, you might overreach and fail. On the contrary, if you're not doing enough work during your training week, then you simply won't be able to make any good progress. That's why if you want to max out your strength potential, there are two types of sets you should definitely be doing. So in today's video, we're going to break down the pyramid sets and the ramp up sets so you know exactly how to train and increase your strength in the gym. If your goal is to create or build strength, you won't do the same training as if you want to max out your strength on a given day. That's why we actually need to train differently depending on the goal we're pursuing. And that's when the pyramid sets and the ramp up sets come into play. Each one of these training modalities will have some benefits, but also some drawbacks. And that's the reason as to why you want to make sure to properly choose each set depending on your goal. As a general rule of thumb, if you want to build your strength, accumulate practice on the lift, then you want to do ramp up sets. But if you need to hit one big top set or big PR, then you should follow the pyramid set. For the ramp up set, the goal is simple. You want to increase the weight on the bar while doing the same number of reps on each set. So if on a given day you're working with sets of 4 reps, for all of these sets you're going to do on that training session, you'll always be doing 4 reps. If you're working with sets of 6 reps, you'll do 6 reps on every set also. So for example, if your bench press 5 RM is 120 kilos, 264 pounds, you would do 5 reps with 60 kilo on the bar, 5 reps with 80 kilo on the bar, 5 reps with 100 kilo on the bar, 5 reps with 110 kilo, and then 5 reps with 120 kilos. As you can see, instead of jumping from 3 reps with 100 kilo directly to 120 kilo, you're doing more reps, but also more sets. So the main benefit of the ramp up is to accumulate more volume and more skill practice on your lift during every single workout that you do. Even if it may seem as you're only doing 2 more sets, actually having 2 more working sets per training session is quite substantial. This is definitely enough to help you get better technical execution, but also increase your volume without creating a huge spike of fatigue that might lead to an overreach. So if your goal is to build strength, whether it's with more technical efficiency, more volume, more hypertrophy, the ramp up set is without a doubt the way to go. Now, because we are doing more reps with heavier and heavier loads during the same training session, obviously you'll accumulate more fatigue. And when we want to go for a new PR attempt, this accumulation of fatigue can definitely wear us down and make us miss our lift. That's when the pyramid set comes into play. With the pyramid sets, the more weight we'll load on the bar, the less reps we're going to do with. This will ensure that we don't build up too much fatigue during the same training session. So imagine your goal is to hit a new bench press PR of 130 kilos, 286 pounds. If you were to do 3 reps with, let's say, 120 kilos, 260 pounds, just before attempting your new PR, your fatigue would be higher. And if you're going for a true max out, then this accumulated fatigue might be the breaking point, not allowing you to hit your reps. For example, as you can see here on the screen, I recently was able to bench press my PR with 190 kilos and it was really on the line. I probably wouldn't have been able to do anything above that. And the bar that I hit just before that 190 kilos was 175 kilo. And I only did that for 1 rep. Like I said, my goal on this training day was to hit a new PR, and that's why I just wanted to get warmed enough to simply attempt it without taking any risk of accumulating too much fatigue and then missing my top set. Maybe if I would have done 3 reps with 175 kilos instead of just 1 rep, then chances are I would have failed my top set because of how on the line that attempt was. That's why if we retake the same example where you want to hit 130 kilo with the pyramid set, you would do 5 reps with 70 kilos, 3 reps with 100 kilo, only 1 rep with 120 kilo, and then you would straight up attempt 130 kilos. By doing so, we're making sure to properly warm and prime our bodies, but we also make sure we're not accumulating too much fatigue right before attempting a heavy lift, saving as much strength as possible for the top set. So as you can see, the strength of the ramp up set is the weakness of the pyramid set, and the strength of the pyramid set is the weakness of the ramp up set. With the pyramid set, you're saving much more energy and strength for one big lift, one big set, but at the same time, you're definitely not accumulating as much volume and work as you would with a ramp up set. So that's why in reality, we don't want to use only one or the other. We want to use both at different times depending on our goals. So I'm going to give you a takeaway on how you can start implementing both of those sets during your weekly training. Usually a good powerlifting approach is to have a volume session early in the week and then do more of a strength session later in the week. So for the volume session, the ramp up set will feel perfectly. You'll get more reps with more moderate intensities, which will nicely develop your baseline level of strength, but also your technical efficiency. And then for your strength day, a pyramid set can allow you to hit a bigger top set with more weight on the bar, which will be really useful in order to peak your strength. And here is how you can plan a weekly bench workout using those two training modalities. And that was it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a couple of things. As always, if that's the case, one of the best ways to let me know is to subscribe to the channel, to leave a comment. And for those of you that want to follow a powerlifting or power building program, I have more than 15 programs available on my training app. So make sure to check it out on thepanash.app. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.